Hi, it's Candy. Welcome to the Art of Planning. Today we're going to do planning in my newest Bible journaling, which I will actually need to be putting into use in a couple of days. So I thought we'd do something a little bit different than ever we've done before. So I'm actually going to kind of finish putting together my Bible journal. And I thought we'd do a little bit of it here on camera. So I've never done that before with you guys. So here's what we're going to be doing in this video. So if you like this kind of thing, you can stay with us. If you don't like this kind of thing, you can just turn off the video. But I'm going to kind of let you know what we're going to be doing. I'm going to actually show you the process that I do when I put together a Bible journal. So that's one. We're going to kind of be all hands on deck and show you, and I won't bore you with it, but most of it's already completed. I'm just going to kind of show you what I've used, how I've used it, and then we're going to kind of put some finishing touches on it. So you get to kind of see the process. I'm going to show you what I have used. We're going to do some finishing up on it. Then the next thing I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you the Bible study that I will actually be using when I start my new one, and that's going to be before the end of the week. And then I wanted to share with you a couple of other resources that I am using right now that are really I'm plugging into, and they're really such a blessing, such a blessing. And then I want to take this time right now before we even jump into this, that if you, your family, your friends, your coworkers have been affected in any way already by this COVID-19, I just want to tell you my thoughts, my hugs, my prayers go out to you and to them. I live in rural Oklahoma, and although I know that I'll be affected at some way, at some time, I don't think I'm going to be in the midst of it like many of you are, like many of your families are. I can't even grasp the scope of what is going on. Healthcare workers, emergency responders, firemen, policemen, I know I'm nurses, anesthesiologists, medical people. It just, the gratitude, the scope of what is going on is just so far beyond what I can even imagine. So the thanks are beyond what I can even let anybody know. But if you have somebody that needs to know that there are those of us out here a long ways away, not even close to the situation that's going on, will you let them know that there are those of us that are praying? This is a God, that God is the one that is taking care of this and will take care of this. And I know that's not any comfort if you've lost somebody, but I just pray for strength and for comfort and for wisdom and for knowledge and just prayers every single day. So many prayers during the day. My heart is just plugged into that, if nothing else can be. So, that being said, here we're going to go. We're getting started on this. So, the process of what I do is, I've told you before, I'm doing everything that goes into a size B6 journal. Here is the journal that I'm putting my new Bible journaling in. It's got a couple of B6 journals in it already. I did one for the new Bible journal already, and I got it done, and I was not pleased at all. And let me tell you why. Because I did it in colors that were more of a camo, of a like going to war type thing. And I got it done, and I thought, I don't want it to reflect that way. I want it to reflect happier times. We're going into the Easter season. I want it to reflect the time that was more of a bright, of a hopeful, I just wasn't pleased with the first one I did. So you'll see the one that I'm going to be doing. This is what it will be housed in. This is my new journal that will carry most of my Bible journaling, at least the current ones, okay? So that's what it's all going to go into. Now, here's what I do when I work on something. I've got this great black mat, but wax paper is my friend. I love wax paper. So I put it down, and I work a lot with wax paper. Two of my favorite things to work with, guys, are wax paper and wooden toothpicks. They get me out of a lot of binds, okay? So there would be my wax paper. Trying to get it squared up here, okay? Here is the journal that I'm going to be showing you that I have worked with and put together. Matter of fact, I'll show you right now. Here's more wax paper, because as I work, especially in this situation, I flip through kind of fast and go from page to page kind of fast. And I don't want my inks, when I've used stamps, I don't want them to smear from page to page. And I do use my dryer a lot, but I didn't want to pull it out here because it was going to be loud and noisy, okay? So I have just gone in this morning and done a little bit of stamping so you could see kind of my thought process. So I wanted the wax paper in it to protect things. So that's how I use the wax paper too, as a protection. So I'm going to close this up right now so you will get an idea of how that works when I do when I kind of process my journal. Okay, so first thing I do when I get ready is I get ready in these journals and I do my background stamping. I don't make it dark. I don't make it solid. I just kind of want it to be fun and light. I like background stamping. You know what? You don't have to do background stamping. You don't have to do any stamping. You pull out a journal or a notebook and do what you want. I like a little bit of background stamping in what I do. So in this particular one, this is the background stamp that I use. It's got a lot of little dots on it and kind of an irregular pattern. This came from this set of stamps. It's a Delusion set. Diane Reveley does these. She's just amazing. She's so much fun. So it's got this set. It has a number set. It has a letter set. And then it has this triangular. I think this looks kind of like a Harlequin pattern. So those are all different ones. I do have the Harlequin pattern right here on stamps too. Now, one thing I know is I can get this way too busy if I'm not careful. So I have to be kind of careful with what I do. But this is a Delusion stamp, Diane Reveley, and it's a Ranger. It's in the Ranger set, if that's what you like. This is kind of a couple of years old, so it's probably still available. I didn't check for that. I thought I was doing good. Just pull out the set so you could see that. Okay, I used the dot set, and I used it with this color. It's a gold. It's from an Illustrated Faith set that I got. It's done by Day Spring. Oh, these stamps are good. They've got good color. They've got good intensity. They work really well. And I just used these together to get my background stamping. I did it in a very irregular pattern. And I just used it throughout the book. And I'm just flipping kind of show you, okay? I did that stamp throughout the book before I started anything else. So, and I got this done yesterday afternoon. Some pages I did more on. Some pages I did less on. It's hard for me. I'm an asymmetrical person, but I kind of like for things to be the same. So it's hard for me to not make the pages all the same. I won't go through all of them, but they're very asymmetrical. They're very just stick the stamps on there and go for it. Okay, so I did all of that yesterday evening. Now, I chose these colors. I was specific in the colors I chose. I chose the gold to represent the streets of gold in heaven. Gold is a color that very much represents royalty. The streets in heaven are paved with gold. It's a royal color, and that's why I chose the gold color for this particular journal. I also chose the purple color because that is the color of royalty. And we are in the Easter season, and I wanted that to represent royalty, so that's where I got the purple. Now, the purple, those are a stencil, and I will show you that also. I'm so proud I got a few things together to show you. Now, this is the set that has the stencils on it. Okay, you guys remember, I'm rural and I'm remote. And so I order almost everything I have to order. And when I got this in the mail, I pulled that out and I went, holy smokes, what in the world was I thinking? I must not have been looking at dimensions, because I would have never ordered a stencil like this. I just wouldn't have. And I have loved this stencil. I have used it several times. It has been fun. I thought at first I would cut it up and use it in smaller stencils, but now I've used it just like this, and I have absolutely loved it. So this is a Rhonda Palazzara design. It's the craftersworkshop.com 12 by 12 template, and I have loved it. So I went through last night again, and I used a Ranger archival ink on it. This is violet, and I just tried to use a real soft pouncing color on it whenever I wanted to put the rings on it. So I went through and did that, okay? And I stenciled with this. It's a makeup sponge that I cut in half, and I tried to be really soft whenever I did that. And you're going to be able to see the different stencils that I put in there. This is the soft violet. So there were three, they were kind of like simulated coffee rings, but I did have them in the purple. So you can see these. And you can see these. You're going to be able to tell the difference of the colors, I think, also, because I'll show you what we're going to do then. I'm going to have to hurry. Now, I got off. I'll fix that, but I did kind of mess up there. So these are all the way through. Again, I kind of wanted to be soft with the color, but I've got those done all the way through. I didn't do them on some pages. Okay, and then the next thing that I knew that I wanted to do was I wanted one more slightly different color on it. So I have this other archival ink from Ranger, and it's called Majestic Violet. I also have this stamp pad, if you can see it, and it's got the rings. So I wanted to go in and add that with a slightly different color. Just add it slightly here and there, and just a little bit to kind of change it up slightly. Okay, so here's what I started doing this morning. You saw those wax paper pieces, and I'll just show you a little bit of what I did there. So we went over here, and see, I added some in there. I added a little bit there. Added some on the page here. So that's what I'll go and do, and just finish it up slightly by adding a little bit of that. Not on every page. I added some on that one already. I thought sometimes it would be fun also to just put them where the other one was. And see, I don't necessarily want them everywhere. So we're just going to put them in a couple of pages. And since I want to make sure that that ink doesn't transfer from one page to the next, I don't want to wait for it to get dry. So I don't necessarily want a bunch of rings everywhere. So sometimes it's just fun to put them like that. Sometimes less is more, sometimes more is more. And I don't always like to put them at the same page, same place. So, and that is all that there's going to be to finishing this up. I'll be able to write over those, around those, within those. So it's not like any of the decoration will keep me from being able to do whatever I want to do on the pages. I also don't want to feel like I'm too, like I'm being too, I don't want it to be too much of a pattern. I want things to be, oh no. Okay, let's see how much more I can get in here before my camera shuts off. Or you know what? Maybe I won't, because maybe I will just leave it at this, and then I will do another short video that will tell you about what Bible study I'm going to do, and tell you the other resources that I have that I think you would love to check out. Okay, so I will do that. The other one will be a really short one. So this is all there is to doing this, and then I will have my journal ready to go when I am ready to start the Bible study that I will show you. So that is more than I have ever done as far as showing, doing any sort of crafting with you guys. So you have seen, you've seen the new journal that I put things in. I'm not going to lay it down over here because I now have ink spots everywhere. You have seen the things that I have used with it. You have seen the stencils. You have seen the stamps. You have seen a little bit of everything, which I hope was kind of fun for you. You see the products that I've used and how I put them together, and how sometimes a mistake can turn into a real fun piece that you can use in lots of your projects. So if you have any questions, just let me know and we will get you all fixed up and all taken care of. Leave me comments. I love to read your comments. And be sure and subscribe. That is a very important part of growing our channel. Share with any friends that you think will like to watch this kind of information. And I will see you very soon, because I'm going to get that other video loaded so that you can see those resources. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.